everyone, welcome back to another weekly vlog. We're starting afresh this week. I'm going to try and have a productive week and yeah, take you along with me. I'm currently starting this on Monday afternoon. Nellie has literally just woken up from her nap, so we're going to go and get her first of all, and I'm going to try and pack her washing away because I've still got that from last week, which if you watched my last weekly vlog you'll know I've just not been having the best of weeks. But anyway, let's go and get Nellie and hope she's in a better mood than she was this morning when we did the food shop. Let's just say that. Oh, did you sleep well? You happy, girlie, now? I think you've been to the toilet, haven't you? Oh, I can smell it. You coming up, are you? Say hello. You showing everybody your standing skills? I have just quickly popped upstairs because I've just finished reading. I say just finished, whilst Nellie was napping, I finished reading my book. This was Jenny Felton's The Girl Below Stairs, and I really enjoyed it, I'm not going to lie. So I'm just going to stick that in my wardrobe because I pile up my books that I read, and then when I've got like 3 or 4, I list them on eBay or Vinted or wherever, just as like a little bundle, and sell them that way. So I'm gonna quickly stick that in there, and then I need to choose a new book. If you're wondering my more in-depth thoughts on this book, then check out my blog because I have just written a blog post. It's not live yet, but I'd imagine it will be by the time this video goes up. If not, then there are plenty of other book reviews over on there as well. But yeah, I've just written it, I just need to finalise it, but Nellie woke up, so I ran out of time. Excuse the mess in the office. I've got like, well, obviously an advent calendar. That's for the garden, but they're doing the garage. This was beautiful. We received it for Christmas. Let me just take everything off the top of it. How pretty is that? That's to go up in the wall, but we haven't done that yet. Then I've got like Nellie's vest. She's just grown out of. That's a box of her next size up clothes, but it's literally, I mean, I can't even show you without everything else falling. It's literally got 2 or 3 things left in it, but never mind. But anyway, so these are all the books that I can choose from, plus obviously a few CDs as well. Also, while I'm up here, look what Mum found. There's going to be people I know that are watching this that don't even know what this is, but this is a tape. This is a cassette tape. But yeah, this is what my mum used for me when I was little. This was always in the car. I do actually have a tape player, that's why I've got them, by the way. What's that one? That is Nobody Knows. Got nothing on it. That's always good. This was my absolute fave growing up, Pots and Pans, with the adventures of like Sizzling Sam and things like that. I actually ended up naming all my fish after the characters in that. I know, sad, but never mind. And The Rescuers. Yeah, I used to listen to that. I did also have another one, but I don't know where it's gone. But that was Barbie, which I used to love as well. It was pink. And then I was given this at school. So that's that little trip down memory lane. I just need to choose a book now. I mean, they're all similar genres, let's face it. I'm very much stuck in the type of book I like, with just like a few different ones down there, admittedly. So yeah, just to choose one. I thought this one looked like quite a good bet. I like a Maggie Ford book. And for anyone wondering, it says From Rags to Riches, ? Since her father's death, Emma Beecher supported her family by selling paper flowers to the theatre crowds in the West End. But when Emma meets street musician Theodore Barrington, she dreams of finally leaving poverty behind. Previously known as the Great Theodore on the London stage, Barrington turns Emma's head with tales of his former glory. But as Emma is captivated and eager to become his new assistant, she must face her mother's disapproval over their secret rehearsals. Forced to make a difficult decision between staying loyal to her family and her roots or pursuing fame and fortune, will she follow her heart or her head? And it says it's a gripping East End saga, perfect for fans of Katie Flynn and Maggie Hope. Well, I don't like Katie Flynn books, but we'll see what this one's like. Now, obviously, Nellie is now getting older, and she's over a year old, which is so scary. I know I keep saying it. I think you're on the wonk. I know I keep saying it, but I just can't get over how fast time is going. It's so scary. But I found entertaining her is so difficult. I did pick up those cards which I featured in a haul the other day, and we've done a couple of them within that pack, but I feel like she's not quite there with some of them yet. And some of them, like, I just need to locate stuff or make stuff and things like that. I need to be a little bit more proactive when it comes to that, I think. But we did do a couple and she enjoyed them for 30 seconds, and that's nothing against the cards. That is just kind of where she's at the minute. She does not have the attention span for anything, whether that's her toys at the minute. Like, she's really going through a period where nothing satisfies her, I think, which, you know, we all get, and it always happens. But I did buy an activity table recently through Vinted, which, funny enough, we went to a car boot sale yesterday and they had one for like half the price, but that's just the way it goes. I never planned to go to the car boot sale, and obviously you never know what people are going to sell. But never mind, the one I've got is all working, everything is there, so I can't complain. And she likes it a little bit, but I don't think she likes it or enjoys it as much as I thought she would. So I'm a bit stuck with that. She's also very tantrumy at the minute. All she wants to do is climb, which I really want to try and get her into a soft play or somewhere like that, but we actually have her jabs tomorrow, so I don't really want to take her anywhere until that's all done and dusted and she's all right from that, to be fair, because I don't want her to catch anything and prolong those jabs. Obviously it's a bit late now, like the chances are she's not going to catch anything in time for them, but you know what I mean, like I've been a little bit more cautious. We haven't done swimming in ages, just things like that, so I'm really hoping to get back into doing those kind of things, because that was the whole reason realistically why we moved back down here, obviously to be closer to my family as well, but it was to give Nelly a better life, and right now I don't feel like I'm doing that all too much. I probably should get out for a walk with her, but I haven't got the mental capacity today, which is such a shame because it is a lovely day. Our pram broke this morning. When I say pram, it's not the pram, it's the stroller. That broke this morning, but thankfully I think it's just a bolt, so that can hopefully be fixed. So if I was to go out, it would be in a trike, and I just haven't got the thought process for that at the minute. We went out this morning and did the food shop, and I try and do it so that we try and get out every day, be it for an activity, a morning out or something, the food shop, whatever, just to get out of the house where we can. So I feel like she's already been out the house once, and yeah, I don't want to be one of those people that's always out the house, because that's just not me, and I think that would pretty much burn me out completely. So yeah, despite how beautiful it looks, I think I'm just gonna stay in. It's quite windy though, to be fair, so maybe that's the safest bet. I did buy myself some daffodils, but unfortunately, bar the one I bought myself last week, I did buy a bunch last week, that's the only one out of the bunch that clung on to dear life. But the rest haven't opened yet, but they will probably open, I'd imagine, in the next few hours to like tomorrow, something like that, so that would cheer me up a little bit. If you wonder where Nellie's to, she is just literally in her jumperoo with Danny Go at the minute. I do keep checking on her, don't worry. You just don't see any of that because I edit it out, but I do check on her. And then yeah, I think I'm just gonna try and get her playing with some toys and go from there. Ash is delayed getting home from work, which is just so annoying, but never mind, that is his boss all over at the minute. And what else to update you on? I did go to Home Bargains yesterday, and I've got a bag down there, but I can't actually show you because it's got presents in it, so I can't show you, unfortunately. I don't think I got anything special. I mean, I could show you the non-special stuff. I picked up the teething powders because these are amazing, and Asda wants $6.99 for them. For the same pack you can get $1.99 in Home Bargains, so it's a no-brainer. If you're looking for Mother's Day stuff, Home Bargains has got some nice stuff. I'll just say that. They've got some really pretty cards as well. What else did I pick up? Oh, I can show you these actually. I picked up a underbed storage bag because Nelly has taken over our ottoman, which we used to house the bedding in, so that's now under our bed, and I just wanted something to like contain it all because it's going everywhere. I've got food in here, I didn't even realise. But oh, Ash bought some memory foam insoles, which he was meant to put in his boots for today, but he hasn't. I picked up some of the Child's Farm sun cream SPF 50 plus. These are literally, like, admittedly it's a smaller bottle than what I get in Boots, but these were like less than £2.50 a bottle. So if this is the one that you go for, and I know ladies and gents, it's very, very expensive, but so worth it. Yeah, head to Home Bargains because they are on an amazing deal right now. Picked up 4 of their golden vegetable rice. Don't get me wrong, I use normal rice in a packet. I know it's just as cheap, but for quickness, I use these sometimes for lunches, so I picked up 4 of those. Found the other sun cream. They did also have some amazing deals on other sun creams. It's not just Child's Farm, but Child's Farm is always really expensive, so definitely head there. Then I picked up these for Trix. These are dental animals and they are vegetable based. She loves them, but I keep them in the car, and then when we go on a day out with her, she can have one of those like on the way home. And then the last thing I picked up from the charity shop, it has got a couple of marks on it, which I'm hoping I might be able to get out. If not, it's not the end of the world because Nellie's marking all of her clothes right now anyway. But how cute is this for like around Easter time with little bunnies on? This little sweatshirt. This was originally from M&S, but obviously I got it in cancer research and I paid £2 for it, which I'm pretty sure I looked at it when Nelly was a baby, to be fair. I'm just going to be that typical person that chucks it all back in the bag. Oh, I should have given Mum those. Never mind. Yeah, chucks it all back in the bag. Let's put them mug shots up there out the way. It's about to get noisy because next door are literally just pulling onto their driveway as I speak. It's about to get noisy, so that'll probably be it for filming now. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick it all back in the bag, bury my head in the sand, stick it in the corner, and forget about it. One thing I will say though is we have decided, I say as a family, it's kind of my idea and Ash has just gone along with it, which is what happens with most of my ideas. But we have decided that we're going to start eating out here. We used to eat out in the kitchen in the flat, and then when we moved here, we ended up getting into the thing of sitting in front of the TV and having our tea, and it's just not working anymore. We used to watch EastEnders, but Nellie's getting a bit older and a bit more aware of what she's watching, and we've also noticed she's been a bit antsy, a bit mushy if she hasn't got Miss Rachel or Danny go on. So I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna sit out here. It is a bit of a squeeze, but I think we'll probably be able to do it. And yeah, sit out here and have tea, and then hopefully my front room won't be so messy. It's not just the TV being the reason why, and obviously the mess, like there's food all over my floor and it's so much harder to clean it up off of carpet, but also Nellie's throwing things, like she keeps throwing, she's got like a spinny toy on the high chair and she keeps throwing her water cup as well, and I'm so worried that something's going to get damaged. So at least out here there's not really anything breakable that she could touch other than the oven. So note to self, just make sure she's away from the oven because I can't afford a new one. So that is like a little change we're making. We're slowly getting there into family life. I feel like we're finally finding our feet since we've moved. And yeah, doing the Tom method, as I mentioned in my last vlog, is really, really helping. I missed doing yesterday's schedule, if you like, which was to do the bathroom and the downstairs toilet. To be fair, the bathroom doesn't really need it. It doesn't get that dirty, but it could probably just do with a wipe over, so I'll take a cloth up when Nelly has a bath later. I did do the downstairs toilet. Today was the kitchen, and I've pretty much done everything in the kitchen bar the floors, which I didn't see the point in doing until after tea tonight. So I feel like we're getting somewhere. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is the bedrooms and doing Nellie's washing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It definitely makes it so much easier spreading it out, and yeah, it's just less. I feel like I'm doing more time spent on the house, but it feels less because it's only like 20 to 30 minutes, rather than trying to fit in an hour of cleaning whilst Nelly naps. And then it means that like the nap time I can actually focus on other things, be it YouTube, be it my blog, be it read a book, be it watch TV, like so many things I can focus on. So yeah, we're making the positive changes that I think we need. I just really want them to start in the garage, but I haven't got a date for that yet. But yeah, once they've done that, like I feel like I can make a start in the garden, but I don't think that's going to happen this year, sadly. Maybe the front garden will be the thing to start on. I just want it to be a bit warmer, a bit nicer, and I'd love to be able to sit out in the back garden, but it's all basically stone and concrete and I just don't feel it's safe for Nelly, so I'm a little bit stuck there. But if I can get the front garden sorted, I could at least sit out there, I suppose, so it's not the end of the world. Anyway, enough rambling from me. I am going to go and play with Nelly and entertain her for a bit. It is now Wednesday and I've just got back from town, and I want to apologise in advance if you can hear any drilling, digging, shouting, God knows what else other noises going on. I mentioned like briefly, I think, that I feel like I'm living in a building site, and you might be thinking that the garage is being redone. That isn't the case at the minute. That hasn't even started. However, last week or the week before, I think it was last week, it was the week I wasn't feeling my best, shall we say, they shut off the road outside our house to completely resurface it. It looked really good. They spent all week doing it. They did a great job, but that contributed very much to why I was feeling the way I was feeling, because it was just constant drilling, banging, shouting, like so much machinery was out there doing what it had to do. But you know, you kind of accept that if you want a nice road without all the potholes that this road always has, you know, it's just the price you pay for a little while. Anyway, woke up this morning and there were some cones in various places outside people's homes. Didn't think much of it because they had left cones out anyway, so wasn't sure if it was just someone playing silly buggers or whatnot. No idea. Went into town, got back. It is now 1 o'clock. I put Nelly down for a nap after she had her lunch, and within 3 minutes we've had 4 vehicles turn up and they're digging up the road. Like, you literally just can't write it, can you? It looked so good. Like, all the white lines were done, and yeah, it looked really good. And they've literally just turned up, no warning, closed off the road, and are now digging, which is also causing a lot of car horns because there was no prior warning to it being shut off. So residents are shut in, residents are shut out. Like, it's chaos. It's always chaos. Anyway, I thought I'd show you what I picked up from town. And by that, I mean a little Primark haul. I didn't actually mean to buy anything in there, but I slipped and a few things fell in my basket, you know. I spent a grand total of £12.50, which I didn't think was too bad, to be honest with you. The thing I actually went into Primark to have a look at, and it's a bit of a weird subject to be talking about, I get, but it was actually for some underwear. So I'm going to try their shorts. This is the 4-pack, 100% cotton, because I just can't find anything to fit my new body since having the C-section. I've got a bit of a shelf and it's not going to go anytime soon, if at all. And I just can't find anything that doesn't like roll down, or that doesn't just like draw attention to the area. I did try the Shein viral like thongs that everyone raves about, and I like them, don't get me wrong, they still do roll down, but they just don't fit my shape, should we say. They still roll down, they don't feel like they fit. I feel like I've almost got it like the wrong way around, even though I haven't. And also when you've washed them a few times, they just get really big, and I now feel like I'm wearing like Mrs. Brown's boys pants, you know. So I picked those up, which they still do them for £1. This was a pack of 4, but they were £4, so it's no different to your individual £1 each ones. And then I've wanted a like beach type bag that I can just throw everything in, either when we go like swimming, by the time you've got like towels, spare clothing, like hot water bottle, although Nellie's now getting to an age where she won't necessarily need that. By the time you've got everything like that, it adds up. Added to that, you've also got, if you go like to the beach for the day, you've got all the paraphernalia that you have to take for that as well. So I wanted a nice big bag, and I kept looking on Vinted, and I saw some really nice ones on there that were quite reasonably priced, but it's so difficult to try and judge what the size is like when you don't see it in person, especially because although it may look big, it might not be big inside, and it's just all of a faff. Anyway, I spotted these bags. They had loads of different ones, so if you're after anything like this, definitely go in and check it out. So a nice navy blue, it's shown a bit brighter on screen, it is a bit darker, but navy blue and white, just basic beach bag, nice long handle so I can shove all my shit in it. And yeah, massive on the inside as well. And this was such a bargain at £5.50 each. So obviously there's no zip or anything, which is exactly what I wanted, so just bear that in mind. But it does have like a nice front compartment, which to be honest I'd probably put snacks in. If I've got to cart this for a long way, I'd probably put snacks in it. But yeah, I just thought it was so reasonable, and they had so many different like colours. They had a few different designs. They had like mesh ones, like I don't know quite what you call them. They just look like fake wickery mesh. They used to be a thing like early 2000s. If you're my age, you'll probably remember them first time round. But yeah, I definitely wasn't going to be buying any of those, but apparently all the trends of my like early teens have come back. So yeah, I think next jelly shoes will be making a comeback, which is a trend I'm definitely not joining on to, and I refuse to put Nelly in them. I might put her in Crocs. I think Crocs on little kids are cute, not on adults. No, I'm not a Croc person at all. But I'm definitely not putting her in jelly shoes, because even just the thought of them makes my feet hurt. But anyway, yeah, definitely check out the bags if you need something like that, especially if you're like a mum or something. You'll know what I mean. You just want to shove everything in, no rhyme, no reason, just get it all in. Especially at the end of the day at the beach, you just can't be bothered with it all. Everything's full of sand anyway, so what does it matter? And then the last thing I picked up from Primark was an item of clothing, and it is this super soft shirt. I got it in a medium. They didn't have a large. I would have preferred a large, but I'm hoping it's gonna fit. And this was £10 reduced down to £3, and I thought even if I don't wear it as like a shirt, I can wear it as an overshirt. I've got a pink one and a green one from Shein already, but this one is super soft. I used to buy these all the time. I used to have loads of them, and I sold them sadly, and now I'm in a way I'm kicking myself and wishing I'd kept them, but at the same time they wouldn't have fit me, so I'm not too sad about that, if that makes sense. But it looks quite oversized, and yeah, it looks a bit granddaddy, I know, but I think with like, it's hard to show you, but I think I showed them in a haul a few weeks ago. I'm wearing them now. The brown ribbed leggings from Asda. I tried getting some more pairs, they didn't have my size, and they haven't got any left in stock online either, which is such a pain because they're so comfy. I would definitely buy like 3 or 4 pairs. They are worth the £14 straight up. So if you do see any in your Asda, definitely pick them up because they're amazing. But just, I'm like thinking like a nice beige basic top, or even a white top, my brown leggings, this over the top, and then I haven't got them, but my little cut off Uggs, I think will look super cute, very mumsy, which to be honest, that's the vibe I'm going for at the minute. I'm living my best mum life, you could say, complete with drilling noises outside. But somehow Nelly has fallen asleep and I don't quite know how. So yeah, that is all I picked up from Primark. I did pick up some little gift bags as well for Mother's Day presents, so that I can just put the presents in and not have to worry about whose is whose. I mean, I could show you them. It's not like it's the present itself. I just picked up 3 of the same. Just says Happy Mother's Day on the tag, and how cute are they? I just, yeah, simple, basic. It was the only one in that sort of size. They were from Card Factory, if you're wondering. I don't know quite what to make of Card Factory. I find them the weirdest place. Like, I've never got on with our Card Factory. Other Card Factories, like, the staff are lovely, or at least they're okay, and whatnot. But the one in, like, our local one, I remember going in for my 16th birthday balloon and them being really rude, and I made a vow that I wouldn't go back in there again. And to be honest, I didn't for over 10 years. I refused to go and step foot into Card Factory. And now needs must, because cards and things like that are so expensive. I was like, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and shop in there occasionally. And we went to one, when I went to Home Bargains at the weekend, we went to one and they were fine in there. They were, you know, they were lovely. Go in this one again and I just don't know what it is. They're just really rude for starters. I've never known people that work in retail, that have a job in retail, be so rude. And, you know, you might come at me, but I've worked in retail for years. Like, it's only since the pandemic that I stopped retail work. So, you know, I know the ins and outs. I know customers can be rude. I know there's a lot of factors go into it, but this is just out and out rude. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. But the main reason we went into town was to get Nellie weighed, and I'm happy to say she is following the centile that she's always followed. So she's completely on track, which has put my mind at ease a little bit, because she's so petite, and especially like when I see her in the bath and stuff, I'm like, you just look like you're not eating enough to sustain you, because she doesn't eat a lot. You know, I see in all the mum groups, which I know is like my downfall, but you just see them, not necessarily compare, but you see what other people are doing. And, you know, they've got these, like, it's the wooden plate theme. I mean, I can't show it to you now. I've got 2 plates. Van goes our breakfast. 2 plates that are like cut off like that, but I haven't got a nice pretty wooden one because at the time we couldn't afford it. And to be honest, plastic plate just works absolutely fine for now. We've just got those, and you see on all these mum groups, like in these teddy bear plates or whatever animal they've got, these wooden plates, they've got a little bit of this and a little bit of that and some fruit and a nice little sandwich and a bit of yogurt and all things like that. And Nelly just doesn't eat that much. If I dished her up that much, that would be it for the day. As it stood, I gave her a piece of toast, which I cut the crust off anyway, so you know, it ends up being the size of a thin. I put some cheese spread on it, and she had like, and then you cut it into like little finger-sized strips, and she had 2 fingers, if that, plus 3 of the little sweet corn hoops and half a pouch of puree apple. And even then she was struggling, but there we go. I'm just happy, to be honest, that she's where she's meant to be. It gave me a good indicator, because I want to go swimming, but I needed to check whether the swim nappies were going to be like the right size for her. So that gives me a good indication. Obviously I'm going to try them on, you know, I'm not just going to go via the weight, but if she's way off, I know they're just not going to fit, and then I haven't got to stress her out. So that is that. I didn't film yesterday, I think it was. Yes, I don't think I filmed yesterday, because Nelly had her jabs, which, oh my gosh, like, they weren't as bad as what I thought they were going to be, but as someone that doesn't like needles, 4 injections was a lot for me. And the scream that she let out was just, it was horrific, but it only lasted minutes. So like, if you're due to have your little ones like first jabs or 1 year jabs or whatever, like, the scream they let out is not nice, but it's so much better than things that could happen to them if they don't have them, you know. I know there's anti-vaxxers out there, like my neighbour, and if that's what you want to do, that's absolutely fine. But for me, I've been on the other end of when things have gone wrong. I've seen it in people, and it's not pleasant. And yeah, so I am all for the 8, 16 week, 1 year, all of the vaccines. The only one I haven't had is the COVID one. I didn't have it in pregnancy, even though it was recommended, and that was just purely because the COVID vaccine just did not, what's the word, did not agree with me. Like, the first and second doses did, and then when I went for the booster, like, the booster just made me so ill. I was really poorly with that, so I didn't end up having that during pregnancy. So Nelly hasn't had it, although to be fair, at the later stages of my pregnancy I had COVID anyway, so she would have got antibodies hopefully that way. A little tangent there, wasn't it? But she's doing okay, to be fair. White noise had stopped, but she's currently asleep. Digging's stopped actually as well. I might see if I can take my post off. I put a post on like the local group. I'm just pleased that she's alright, to be honest, and I'm just taking it steady. But I feel a little bit better now, because I don't know if I've mentioned it on here, but I've really been struggling because in the area there is a very large measles outbreak, and obviously Nellie wasn't vaccinated against it because you can't have that vaccine until you're a year old. So you'll probably notice that I've kind of kept her indoors because I was just so worried that she was going to catch it. So I'm looking forward to hopefully doing some fun things, maybe going to like soft play, because I've never taken her to a soft play. The last time I went to soft play was when I was still able to go up and down the slides. Yeah, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm hoping Mum and Dad are going to go away in the camper, because where they stay there is a like little soft play there, and you can go as a day visitor, and they've got like a soft play and animals and a little park and things like that. So I think it would be quite nice if they're staying away, maybe just to pop and see them for a few hours and use the soft play, because it's free of charge if you've got people staying there. So I might hold off onto that, I don't know. But at the same time, the place where we took Nellie to the farm a few weeks ago, that has a soft play which they've literally just refurbished. So I'm like, do I just pay and go to that maybe during like a weekday when it's quiet? I don't really know, but I'm excited for that, and I really want to take her swimming like I mentioned. So yeah, I'm excited to live my best mum life. On the flip side of the coin of that, it's something that I haven't really spoken about much, because I'm very aware of the type of people that potentially watch this channel or watch my videos, especially if they're a mum themselves and they're, you know, following alongside a journey, which I do with a lot of other mums as well. Have done, to be fair, for quite a while. I've always loved mum life vlogs and things like that. I don't know, they're easy watching. But I haven't really spoken about it, and that is the fact that I'm not really feeling my best self. My goals at the beginning of the month were to like drink more water and what the hell is that? Yeah, drink more water and take my supplements and exercise 3 times a week and all things like that. And I was doing so well up until the point of Nellie's birthday when we all got ill, and I just haven't gone back to it basically. I think I've exercised once, but I'm just not feeling my best, and I think I'm a little bit burnt out by it, like by everything, to the point that yesterday Ash kind of noticed for the first time. I think there's no hate on him, like it's been busy, it's been manic, but yeah, I think he noticed for the first time, and he actually took Nellie for an hour. They went like down for a little trike ride around the area and gave me like an hour, and I just sat and listened to music. I didn't do anything productive. I just laid on the bed with my headphones in, listened to some music, and literally just kind of like stopped. I was like there and I was like, there's so much stuff I should be doing, but I was like, you know what, sometimes you've just got to stop and do nothing. And I felt so much better for it. That is only the second time I think I've been away from Nellie since we moved. And I mean, we moved basically 5 months ago now, we moved, and that is the second time that Nellie has been away from me, other than like if Ash has popped out in the car with her like for 10 minutes to down the road to get her to sleep, by which point I'm usually asleep anyway. But yeah, and it felt so good to just not be mum. But yeah, so I'm feeling a little bit like I'm not really liking how I look in the mirror. I was doing really well. I'd gone back to the gym, and like I could see the changes that were happening on my body and things like that. And then I got ill, and there was no on earth I was going to the gym because I just couldn't breathe. And then Mum's caught it, and she's been ill because I normally go to the gym with Mum. And whilst I could have still gone to the gym, you know how it is, you end up using that as an excuse and you don't go. And I feel like I've undone all of my hard work, which makes me sad. But we're gonna try again. I'm gonna reset my NHS weight loss app, which was what I was using. I'm gonna go back to MyFitnessPal as well and just like do it between the two. And what I really want to do is try and get out for more walks, which is what I said. And then it feels like we've just had storm after storm. And to be honest, I felt a little bit of a hermit last week because it was really awkward walking past all the workmen. Like, I know it shouldn't be, but it was. And it was difficult because they kept changing the plan in which like way you walked, and on certain points in the day you couldn't cross the road, and it was just a nightmare. So we ended up staying in basically for the whole week. Did the food shop, and I think I went out on one of the other days, and that was it. But yeah, so I think I'd quite like to get out and about. We shall see. So I'm gonna take a couple of days just to get into things, I think, because it's still February as I film this. And then I think I'm gonna use like March as my new year, new me, kind of just a little reset, and say that February is my month off, because February has just been hard work. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But right now I'm gonna go and tidy up all the lunch stuff. We've got Nellie's pushchair down here, which, as a side note, broke the other day, but fingers crossed is now fixed. So I'm going to fold that up and sort that out, sort the Mother's Day stuff out, maybe fit in a little workout if I can. Just do some like yoga or something if I can switch off with all the drilling that's going on, and maybe just focus my mind and do some like stretching and stuff. I really want to do like reformer Pilates, but there's nowhere down here that does it, and to be honest I wouldn't have the budget to pay for it even if there was. But I just see it on everyone else's social media, and you know, I see their bodies changing, and I just think, oh, I wish I could do that. But I can't. But what I can do is make changes with the facilities that I have, and I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm still rabbiting on camera. So it is time to wake Nellie up. She has been asleep for over 2 hours, and I'm in two minds. Like, part of me thinks she's poorly from her jabs, which you can see it, she's not like 100% right. And obviously when you're poorly, you just want to sleep and be left alone. So part of me is like, I want to let her rest and enjoy herself, you know, enjoy the peace and quiet. And the other half of me actually wants her to sleep tonight. So I'm going to go and wake her up. I've just folded up all of the washing that was behind me. And I'm going to attempt to do my first lot of baking with Nellie. You may remember that I bought the Bluey cupcake kit, and we're going to give it a go because I haven't had a chance to up until now. So yeah, we're going to give it a go. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but yeah, hopefully we can have some fun. We are going to, oh, did you drop it on the floor? We don't need them buns anyway, do we? Right, we need a bowl. Okay, let me put the bowl there a minute. Right, should we make these? Should we make these? Oh, your eyebrows lifted up then. Right, we've got cupcake cases. We've got, I think that's ice and sugar. We've got the mix. And we've got the blueies and bingos. Right? Ooh. I'll let you into a secret, Nellie. Mummy doesn't like bacon. So be honoured. Be honoured. Right, we're going to try. Oh. Gonna try? Go whiskey, whiskey. Wow. Wow. You gonna do it? Pass me a hand, you ready? Go whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. Is that looking better? Oh! As many cupcakes as it said. You open. Oh, you're pushing it away now and then pulling. Right, let's put the oven on. Mummy's least favourite task. No, it didn't like. It lit second time, Nellie. Miracle. One, two, says base 10. Thank you. That's it, yay! Well done. 3, 4, Can you say quack? Quack. Can you say apple? Apple, yeah. You're so clever. Can you say duck? What do you think of them? Oh. Can you say cake? Let's put the other one in a minute. There we go. Well, we better move these chocolates out of the way, isn't she? Up. There we go. I mean, you look quite funny in your like tights and vest. Yeah, that's the icing for in a bit. You just done baking. Can you, what are you trying to get? No, you're not taking the monkey off. We've already repaired the monkey. Can you say apple? Apple. Can you say mama? Mum. Can you say quack? Can you say dada? Yeah. Can you say up? Up. Can you say mum? Can you say oh? Oh. Can you say, what other word can you say? You're not having the bottle. Can you say boo? Boo. Come on then, let's go and find some toys to play with. Mummy's going to try and not make so much mess on this way. Mix until smooth. Fun. Come on.
Yeah.